I'm reading that talking into a camera is a skill that has to be learned. When I make a video, I don't want to sound boring. What if the problem is that I really am boring? How can I change that? How can I spice that up? I always hear people say, just be yourself. It's you that they want. Be the real you. You be you. Do what you do. But does that work? It's tough talking into a camera. I've made a lot of videos so far. My phone seems to have capacity to handle all of them so far. But I'm scared to click that edit button and start piecing them together and get ready to actually publish online. It does seem to help having a drink or two in my system and hit off the old hemp. One bad habit that I have is I clear my throat a lot. And you see I just stumbled just now when I was talking because I was ready to share something personal and sensitive. I've had that complaint when I was teaching insurance, CIC classes, and the students get to write reviews about the teachers, and one student noted that it was annoying that I cleared my throat so much. So I really wish there was a way to avoid that. If I can't avoid it, if I can't stop that, maybe it's just a habit. Maybe there's a better way to handle it, like maybe to sniff and swallow. But I do have a lot of sinus drainage. I have sinus issues, problems. I take sinus spray at night, every night, been doing it for years. It's hard to breathe. But I clear my throat a lot. And it shows up on camera, or if I'm talking in a classroom, talking about insurance, or talking on the phone to a customer even. I do it so much I'm not even conscious of it, but if I do it on camera as much as I have seen myself doing it since I've made, I don't know, probably 30 or more videos in the last week or so, getting ready to try to start a YouTube channel. Talking to yourself on camera is not easy. It's funny how you almost find yourself stumbling for words because you're not really talking to somebody. And I heard somebody make a comment, well, try to speak as though you're giving yourself advice. Imagine that you're talking to yourself and trying to explain something to you about what it is that you're trying to say to everybody else out there. You'll probably come across a lot differently. So anyway, the YouTube channel, oh, this is Dennis and this is Back Porch Videos, by the way. I hadn't thought about even posting this when I first started, but I think I will now. Yeah, so I'm going to call it Everyday Reloading. I had a few other names I thought about. Flash's Reloading Bench, Flash was a nickname from bygone years that has disappeared as of about 3 decades ago or longer. But it kind of followed me around for a few years when I was kind of on experiencing my second adolescence, so to speak, as a 30-something-year-old single fella. Not especially proud of those days, although I will have to say they were a lot of fun. But that's not me now. Is it? You know, it's like when you think about a child, and you think about a small child, even a baby, and then you look at a grown person, an adult, as old as they may live to be, there's a baby inside of there. If that person lives to be 101 years old, they were at one time 0 days old the day they were born. And there's a baby inside of that old person. There's a baby inside of all of us. There's a kid inside of all of us. There's a teenager inside of all of us. There's a young adult inside of all of us. If you've gotten to that age yet, all of those previous existences are inside of you. You're still that fun-loving little 5-year-old kid that didn't have a care in the world. You can still have that spirit because that child lives inside of you. And to whatever age you may have attained, you now have the wisdom that comes with those years. Maybe you're still somewhere in the middle. Maybe you're still trying to figure life out, get a grip on things. It'll come to you. Don't worry. Look straight ahead. I found that verse in Proverbs. It says, "Let thine eyes look right on." And I read that verse, and I thought about all the times that I've been in an elevator going to work in an office building. A lot of nice looking people in that office, a lot of nice, attractive young women in that office. Sometimes you get on the elevator, you're in the elevator, in the back of the elevator, because you're going to an upper floor, and there's a young lady in front of you. She just got on the elevator after you did, and she's standing in front. And she's wearing a nice, tight, form-fitting dress. And there's a real tendency to look downward. But the scripture says, let your eyes look right on. Keep your eyes looking straight ahead. Oh, boy. Guys, our eyes get us in trouble, don't they? But we have a forgiving God. No matter what our hang-up is, or our hiccup, or our anxiety, we have a loving and forgiving God who knows the number of hairs on our head. For me, it wouldn't be hard for him to count, but he is an amazing God. How can we not trust him? How can anyone be an atheist? I have one proof that there's a God. And that is that the universe exists. Nothing creates something out of nothing. Something can only be created out of something else. And to be created implies a creator. That's God. You can't deny him. The universe can't create itself out of nothing. But he spoke, and the worlds came into existence. We have to trust him. All right, so much for back porch videos. Back to my iPad. Gonna light up this pipe again. God bless you.